So just leave her going, man. There we go. There's the Plum Crazy. Just leave her going, man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. All right. Get on in here. Oh, that's funny. Thank you. Good eyes. Thank you. Good eyes there for me, sir. Let's see if I can get my seat back to my position. So this car here. So now I've gone from one fun thing to now I'm going to a second fun thing. That's the fun day, the Mopar day, the Ford day, the noise day. Oh my gosh. Get this thing in gear and get this brake off and we're out of here. So there's my good friend. He's been there forever. Said they're kind of slow. And so here we go to get on out of here. And so here's yesterday at this time, I was driving that electric Charger. So here we are today, pulling out the same way, and this car just instantly, this car is so much more fun. And this car is not even in the performance mode. It's just in the regular. So you see here, you can go here to the drive modes, and we can now go to the sports side here, and then we'll put our traction control back on so that we don't lose that. Where is that? Okay, it's right here. So there's it back on. I don't like the idea of losing my traction control, but here we are. So it's so much more of a fun vehicle, and this thing's very free-spirited for a 392 motor. This car is so much fun. I mean, it really is. And the steering is so tight because I got it in the sport side right now. And let's make sure the tires are okay. I don't know, where is the tires? Is that here? Nope. Nope, nope. So I have to go back to the vehicle info. And let's see where we go with that. So there it is. So all my tires are correct tire pressures. So that's a good thing. But what's just so much, it has a soul. So the thing is, the electric cars, they just don't have the soul. That's the ballgame. It's just, they're soulless cars. I mean, this is the real deal. Real exhaust. The internal combustion engine. And now with this car here, of course, the exhaust is so much further back, but it's just such the fun car. And to me, the exhaust sounds really like music to my ears. I mean, it's just, even though it's 24 hours ago since I drove that electric vehicle, this car has such more of the personality. It is just so much more enjoyable. And, once again, it's the electric vehicle revolution. I think a lot of people are stepping back, and if people really kind of evaluate what you're accomplishing with an electric vehicle, it isn't really as much as you may think it is. And if you're really the motorhead, then you're not going to be happy. Now, if you're not the motorhead, I really truly understand. You won't give it two craps. All you care about is getting from point A to point B, and that's all that matters to you. But if you're the true ice age person like me and others, then you just so love the, whoa, so right there, the whole car just went a little sideways. You can't see that in the car, but I have these tires that are the track tires that I talk about all the time. They're not really designed for cold days, so the back end just totally slipped out. Had I not had on the traction control, the odds are you probably would have witnessed me seeing this car go reep, reep, and then if I didn't know how to handle it, the car would have been sitting over in the ditch, just like that. Just from that little free-spirited nailing this car. Yeah, so that just kind of reinforced to me. Even for me, I kind of just forget. It's like, you're driving now a whole different car from that truck. The truck has all season tires on it. These are summer drag radial tires that are track. They're basically the track style tire. It doesn't have much of a tread. It's just more of thus like a very baldish type of tire to become very gluey and sticky to the road in the hotter months, the hotter season. But in the cooler months, this car here, if you get really brazen and you go down the back roads at some stupid ass speeds, this car is going to slide off the road. There's no way. I just proved it myself. Just getting into it back there, the back end, the whole car was going a little sideways. So I got to behave. But this is such the more fun car. And the thing is, this car is every bit of that RT that I drove. Because for number one, this is 485 horsepower car. That Dodge Charger electric vehicle is a 496, but it's heavier. That Dodge Charger electric vehicle is probably 1,000 pounds heavier than this vehicle. I would say very conservative 800 because it's a 2-door versus 4-door. But I would have to say that's probably a 5,500 pound car. That'd be my guess. It could be 5,800. But since it's 2-door, I'll give it a little bit of a weight savings. But the whole point is, even though the car may have lower torque than this car, the problem is that, 1,000 pound weight difference in the car is huge. That is huge. There are guys that go to the track that are trying to shave off 50 pounds, 100 pounds for the difference in their times of doing their, the quarter mile, the eighth mile, whatever it may be. So to have 1,000 pound difference in a car, it's radical. And you can feel it in the back roads and the twisties on that electric Charger of just how heavy that car is. It really is. So it'd be interesting. I think some would think that these ICE Chargers would lose value, but I would think now that the new electric Charger coming out, and to maybe see the dismal sale, if the dealerships really see dismal sales of those vehicles, it's only going to reinforce that these cars are going to be so much more sought after. I really think it'll probably up the value of these cars because Dodge is notorious for just losing so much value on their vehicles as they mass produce them. But here's the interesting thing back at that dealership. They've got those Dodge Charger electric cars in probably, I'd say 5 days ago, maybe a week ago. It could have been more, but I would say a good estimate is the end of January, 1st of February, and nobody has bought them. So for that dealership right there, and I even asked Sam, the general manager, a while back, there were people, inquiring about that car. And he said they had a lot of people interested in that car. So here's the story. Have a lot of people come there, have been interested in that car, they've driven the car, and what other people are saying on my channel is that the reviews on that car is not good. There are a lot of other people. I haven't looked at one review on that electric Charger. Just for the record, I just have been so out of touch with looking at new cars, reviewing new cars, because I'm out of the ball game of buying a new car. I mean, I'm not going to be able to do it anymore, so I'm just not really caught up in trying to see what the latest, greatest thing is that I may want to go buy. I can't. So I'm totally detached from really looking out for the brand new cars and then looking at the reviews and the overviews and blah, 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 blah. So it's interesting that people that subscribe to my channel are mentioning through comments that most of the reviews on that car so far have not been good, very dismal. And so at my local dealership, they have two that come in, they haven't sold yet. And once again, they're too expensive. This car right now was like 73 grand. It was way too much. Yeah, this car was way overpriced to be the Super B. It was Dodge inflating all the prices. This car should have been about a $60,000, $62,000 car. Only reason I say that is because you go back to 2015, 16, when I bought myself a nice B5 Blue Dodge Charger SRT package like this, non-wide body. That car was like 55 grand, suggested retail. So to me, there's no doubt with a wide body package and updated, or I should say inflation from 2020, or no, it's from 2015 to 2023, 8 years later, there's no doubt the car is going to be a $62,000 suggested retail price car because you're going to have the updated wide body package and you have a more expensive tire wheel package on it. So in all reality, I can honestly say it could have probably come in at 64 grand with inflation. But this thing was like 73 and change. Yeah, what's it worth today? I'd have to say this car is probably worth at the wholesale, at the guys that go and buy up cars at auctions, I bet you this thing's hitting like 44. That would be my guess. Because their attitudes are probably going to get, I doubt they'll get 50 for it. So that's where the danger is. But they're not out there being built anymore. But the danger is how many used Dodge Chargers are in the market. But the real answer to that is how many used Super B wide body Chargers 392s are out there. And I doubt there's many. So that should really separate this car to have a decent resale value per se. But for me, yeah, it's the same old story. I traded in a car against this, so the negative numbers are, it's a big nut. It's a lot of money owed. There's no way I'll be able to get rid of this car without writing a big check, or I just tell the financial company, come get it, and we'll settle up later. But I really don't want to do that. My goal right now is to truly, hopefully stop the loss of vehicles and get back on the page of keeping vehicles and enjoying what I have. And I'm just loving this Dodge Electric non-vehicle. Yeah, did you hear that? Electric not electric vehicle. And it's just so comfortable. It's such an over-the-road car. And that's the thing. This car gets criticism in some ways because it's such an over-the-road car. There's a Chevy Silverado electric truck that's a $100,000 vehicle. What did that person pay for it? I'm sure they paid close to $100,000. The question is, what's the value of it now? Interesting times, everybody. What's going to happen to the car market this year, especially with Donald Trump in this area that I live, really. Elon Musk and Donald Trump, they're shaking it all up. They want these guys just to go away. I mean, do we really see a huge shakeup in this area where I live, where the dynamics really change, and all the fake, I used to call it the fake economy. Boy, tell you what, back during the pandemic, I used to talk all the time about all this printed money, the fake economy. Are we seeing more than ever the fake government? The fake government. I know this isn't really the car, I know this is more of a car content today, but I like to talk and share ideas on it. But are we seeing more than ever the fake government like never ever seen, of the monies being spent that are just beyond believable? And the reason I bring that up is, does it have an impact on the car industry with Donald Trump getting more aggressive, of really shutting down all this money being passed around, and the tariffs on the Chinese, and I mean, just there's a lot of things going on right now that you have to wonder. And then taking away the tax subsidies for electric vehicles, the list goes on and on and on. So what happens to the car market? Where is it? Where is it going? As we come on back in, and the kid enjoying that Ford F-150 race truck, and it is pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible how I was trying to sell that truck just to salvage like the GT Mustang. So my position was, if I can sell that truck, then I would have kept that GT Mustang. It's so weird. Last night I woke up like in the middle of the night, and I was just thinking about how cool that car was. I took that GT Mustang, Vapor Blue, the new generation, and I took it and I put in that shorty shifter. I put in the Steeda suspension. I put in the Corsa exhaust. And it was really such a cool, great car. And somebody else got that car. They really do. Whoever got that car, I'm sure is like, wow, man. Whoever had this car did such a cool job on modding it. And it's so much fun. And, they picked it up for like 47 grand, I think. Which wasn't bad. That wasn't bad because I did mod it. So our car brought a little bit more money than I thought it would. Because that car brand new was only like $45,000 or $48,000, if I remember right. I'll have to look that up. I need to review that. I never even thought of that. So that mod in that car maybe drew a highest bidder at the auction that wanted for themselves, and they kept on notching it up. So I got pretty decent money on that Mustang. I don't know. What else did I do to that car? It was the Steeda suspension, the rear and front support bars, and the shorty shifter, and the Corsa exhaust, and the H-pipe. So, but going back to the race truck, if the race truck had sold, I would have kept that Mustang. But I think the race truck's the better, more fun vehicle, because everybody, your brother has a Mustang. Who doesn't have a Mustang? And I told the daughter many times, if you want to drive the Whipple Horse Mustang, you can. If you want to go out and have some time stick shifting with the Whipple, that's fine. And we got the Camaro, so that's why it's kind of like, you know what? We don't need 2 Mustangs. We need 1, and let's keep the Whipple and part with the GT. Here we are, getting closer to getting back in on another day of adventures. A lot of video, a lot of content, a lot of talk, and it takes a lot out of you, this type of stuff like I do. I mean, it's hours and hours, you know, of just talking, of content. And does it eventually just like hit a wall? You do. I mean, sometimes, some days I'm like, wow, why am I so freaking just done? And it's like, because just all the yabba dabba doing you're doing throughout the day and bringing content and talking, it takes it out of you, man. Until you do this, you just don't have any idea. And I talk about all the time, for what? You know, what's the return? Maybe one day there'll be a big return of the Ice Age documentary series. So once I've already learned this car will bust out. So am I going to haul ass down these back roads? There's no way. There's no way, because this car will come off the road. It's 39 degrees, and this vehicle, they recommend you don't drive it. You don't use these tires on these colder days because they don't grab. And it's not that you can't drive the car, but the biggest thing is you can't be a squirrel going down the back roads thinking this thing's going to stick to the road. It's not. And this is where all the horses, where all the deer come running away, coming running through here. Right here is this is the area where they usually come blasting through. And we're on the moisture side of the road right now, so that's why I didn't get the car cleaned up, because I already know I'm going to come back home and I'm going to run through a lot of moisture, and I'd just rather wait till tomorrow and a prettier, nicer day for us. And in the sports side, this is so much fun. A little bit more of aggressive shifting. And again, I can't get too crazy up here because this road is very wet still. So this thing here, it would instantly be out. Yeah, right there. You see that wet spot there? Ooh, no way. But this car is so solid. I mean, one thing for sure, Dodge over the years has really mastered these Challengers and Chargers. You know, they don't rattle, they don't have problems. Some people call out. So many people over the years say, no, Dodge is junk, this is junk, Jeep's junk, Ram's junk. But, you know, for the most part, I've had a lot of success. Now, at the same time, I haven't had some of these vehicles for long durations, but I have. I've owned Ram trucks, and I've put a lot of miles on them, and Jeeps and Dodges. You just have seen my video channel more of me in the last few years where I buy things, get them, get rid of them. But prior to that, I had trucks that had lots of miles on them, and cars, and Jeeps, and all that stuff. And for the most part, I've had good. And this car here is so tight. I mean, it really is. This car really is just the steering. It's on the sport mode, but the car is just very solid and a lot of fun. And I still want to nail it, but I can't. I mean, I have to remind myself right before I'm getting ready to get this thing, give it some exhaust note and have some fun. I can't do it. So did I beat the kid home? We shall find out. As you just rode back home with me from Leesburg Dodge. So did I turn this phone off? I can't remember. So that was a good thing. I came in the back way over the main road, which makes a big difference when traffic starts to build up. But traffic's kind of light because I think a lot of people had a different day because of this morning's ice and the rain and ice. As we come up to the stop sign. Oh boy, all the sand, all the crap in the road. These roads are getting beat up because they plowed. That's the big thing right now is I can already see from this just mild, it's just this one brief stint. I can already see on how the roads have really gotten beat up. Now the kid's not home. So I guess that's hard to believe because I spent time there. She must have gone to the store. And there she is. She's back at home. That's a wrap on the Plum Crazy. So you can see right here, I was talking about these tires. These are these very aggressive track tires. Call them drag radial tires. They're not designed to go out and do what I'm doing, having fun on a cold, moist day. There's the big ass exhaust tips that Mac and Cheese did. So just a great car. And would I swap this out for an electric charger? Nope. I wouldn't care even electric charger had 1,000 horsepower. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't care. You just don't get the same feel out of that electric vehicle. So some guys are gonna go get them. They're gonna make those things be crazy numbers, but at the same time, wouldn't surprise me if Dodge does something creative and brings back in that Charger, like where they put the Hurricane motor in, but do they sneak a Hellcat motor in it? I don't know. But the flair of that car to me, it just doesn't look that great. I mean, it's okay, but it just isn't like this. I think this is so much more special. So that's it, everybody. A lot of video time. Have to break up a lot of videos here, so hope everybody's enjoying the videos. And for the record, it wasn't about all the dogs today, and that's what people say about my channel. And it's just like, okay, I've done a lot of video in the last few days, all about cars. So let's see the channel just explode, everybody. The channel should explode. I should have thousands and thousands of more subscribers subscribe to my channel, because there's just no way you can tell me that there's a man out there in the YouTube community. There's no way. You can't convince me. There's not. Not another Iceman out there, man. There just isn't. I'm sorry. It's all about me, right? It is all about me. That's what it's all about. Everybody, God bless. Have a great day. Stay safe. Uh-oh. Come on, Pops. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Guess who? You shut up. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. No, 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 no. Hey, Rebel, Rebel. No, no. Come on. It looks like the kid got the truck cleaned up. What did you get to the car wash?
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd it go?
I loved it.
Can you notice any difference how it sounds?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, there's the kid. You excited about it?
I love it.
Good deal. Truck looks good.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you know how on the Raptor I had my sparkly license plate holder thing?
Yep.
Where is it?
In the barn.
Do you remember how one day we went to Honda and I got a pink Honda sticker while you got the light up sign?
Okay.
Where is it?
I don't know. I have to look in the shop.
Because I have to respond to 2 of my classmates by tonight to get credit for what I did on the discussion board. So I have to do that right now. But then when I'm done with that, I'm going to come out and take the sparkly license plate. And I'm taking off, not the Bulldog sticker, but I don't like that Harley Davidson sticker.
Okay.
It's not very effeminate.
Okay.
And I hope you don't mind. Dad,
What now?
do you mind?
Not at all, but you know, it's funny. You went to the car wash,
Yeah.
baby?
Yeah.
Look at your wheels.
They didn't do it. I know. They didn't do it.
You didn't do a car wash?
I did. They didn't. They took like 30 seconds to wipe it down.
Yeah, but okay,
They
whatever.
didn't really do a wipe down. No offense.